Hello guys and girls, and welcome back to a new video of a portfolio update. My name is investmentjourney.eu, and that's the site where I blog at, mostly about financial independence, crowdlending, peer-to-peer lending, and the such. So let's get right to it. So this is a August portfolio update, so I'll go over the events and the performance of the portfolio during August. My summer holiday has been extremely good, and I hope you had time to relax over the summer as well. But now the summer is over, holiday season's over, and it's back to business, and business was pretty booming, even in August. On the other hand, August hasn't been very productive, with just one blog post since the latest July update, and this was the post-holiday update. If you are interested in learning more about the platforms I invest with, I suggest you check out the reviews. I have finished by now, I think, 9 reviews, working on the 10th, which will be Swaper. At some point I will get around to making a summary of the platforms I use and why I use them. In other news, Wise Fund is the latest addition to my portfolio, and I will go over that a little bit further down. In August, I have deposited 11,800 euros. I withdrew 5,600 euros, so the net investments are 6,200 euros. And another all-time high for passive income. For a very big step up this month, I managed to cross the 1,000 euro mark for the first time ever, which is very exciting. I was expecting it to happen at some point this year, but I didn't expect it to happen with such a large amount, and I will show you below what it was. The main reason was secondary market early cash outs that boosted income. So the crowdlending portfolio income statement. So here you see my 13 platforms, a total of 1,236 euros and 61 cents. I will go over these figures in a bit more detail when I go over the individual platforms. So crowdlending income for August was 1,236 euros and 61 cents. An increase of 260 euros 51 cents. The main contributor of higher income was Crowdestate again. In August, I managed to sell 9 Crowdestate investments on the secondary market with a small profit. Because many Crowdestate investments pay interest at the end of the period, early cash out means a spike in income. So interest had already been accruing for a while, and then by selling the investment, I will immediately cash out also the accrued income over those months where I held the investment. So this income was 265 euros. So if you would exclude that from, then my income would be a little bit below 1,000 euros, back to where we were basically. So the spike is mainly due to this. I foresee passive income for September declining to around the 1k mark again, but that's okay. I knew that this is just a one-time spike. In August I hit an internal rate of return of almost 19%. My calculation isn't flawless, but is an approximation that is close enough, and I used the deposits up until the last month as a base to calculate the internal rate of return, or XIRR. Now you can see why my current passive income is one-off. Most of the year this has been only around 14%, and now it's close to up to 19%. My first goal is 1,500 monthly income, which means I'm at 82% and 17% towards my increase towards my goal. The next mini milestone is consistent income over the 1k mark, and this is a graph of my income development since the start of the year, when I really started putting money into peer-to-peer lending, crowdlending more accurately. Then Crowdestate specifically, its income was 323 euros and 40 cents. It big increase, as I said, mainly due to the secondary market use. I sold another 9 investments at a profit. I already sold 6 in July as well, if you recall, if you have read the blog post. Crowd Estate has been the only platform I was using for the first 6 months of investing, so the latter half of 18. As a result, I invested in a few projects that were not that appealing in hindsight. I managed to sell with a profit, withdraw the funds and invest elsewhere. So a very good month, but also very unique, and I don't expect it to ever peak to this height again. In August I withdrew 5,600 euros from Crowd Estate, and even though I like the platform, most of the projects that were recently launched were not that appealing to me. And there's a link to my review as well, and an income chart. Then Mintos. Crowdlending income from Mintos in August was €77.63. Also a nice upwards curve. The main reason for income rising is the increased deposits, 3,500 in July and another 4,500 in August. The increase in the interest rates of up to 16% had taken a nosedive at the end of August, and the high-end returns of loans from loan originators with a reasonable rating are 12% now. The consensus is seasonality is to blame. So that's a bit unfortunate, but that's just something we have to deal with. Seasonality has kicked in and rates are dropping lately. Despite the decline, I'm very happy to have increased my stake with Mintos. It's a solid track record, an abundance of diversification possibilities, and a large secondary market are all reasons for me to enjoy investing with Mintos. Fingers crossed interest rates bounce back. As for the Mintos and Forti affair discussed in my latest post, this appears to have been resolved as payments are flowing and buyback guarantees are active again based on information from other investors. The funds I have with Forti through Mintos are all current, so I hadn't experienced that directly myself. There's a review of Mintos published on my site as well. If you're interested in becoming an investor with Mintos, you can sign up through my link, and it gains you a 1% cashback for the first 90 days. It's a nice little bonus. And the income chart showing a nice curve. Groupier income for August was €136.91, an increase of 21.46. Income was boosted a bit due to a cashback campaign of 12% plus 2% for a specific set of development loans, which means that the total return is 14%, but you instantly receive the 2% cashback when you invest, and then the 12% comes over the duration of the loan. I expect income to drop back to like 110 again in September, just because the cashback is one-off, and you can see that in the chart as well, that it shows a spike, whereas this was a lot more flat. Groupier is steady, predictable, low maintenance, and on top of that I feel the platform has a lot more potential than it already is showing, which is very exciting, and there is a blog post about this on the Groupier website. I also have published my Groupier review if you're interested. Then Investio. Investio income for August was 108.51, increase of 19.38. There have been no surprises at all with Investio so far. All projects returned interest according to the payment schedule, but unfortunately new project launches remain a bit low. As I discussed before, Investio is close to announcing a new partnership that will increase their project flow. There is a pipeline of pre-approved projects with a value of over 10 million. I feel Investio can handle the communication surrounding these changes a lot better. Investors are completely in the dark. Even if you reach out and ask for a date or more details, the answer is an empty promise. At least that has shown so far. The latest intel, the partnership is to be announced this fall. I'm all for quality over quantity, but the communication is pretty poor. More investors have become frustrated over the lack of communication and empty promises. For instance, they add capital to the website and then like for weeks or no project comes, so it's just cash drag mainly. Let's hope it's worth the wait. Looking forward, 4 of the projects I invested are planned to exit in September, so it will be interesting to see if everything goes smooth. If you are interested in becoming an investor with Investio, you can sign up through my link and gain 0.5% cashback for 270 days. And this is my income chart, so you can see where I started investing and how that has been like nice income every month since. Then Fast Invest, not much to add. Income was 11.5 euros, 30% decline. It's a shorter month. It's another steady month with Fast Invest, very predictable returns. I mainly see Fast Invest as a platform for diversification. Once loan originators are published, I will re-evaluate and potentially increase my investment. In June, I have published my June review, my Fast Invest review, so you can check it out. Very flat income for Fast Invest, not much to add there. Then Swaper. Swaper income in August was 72 euros 51 cents, an increase of 20 euros and 35 cents. The August month has finally shown a recovery in income, which I was expecting to see. Additionally, I deposited 2,000 euros with Swaper in August. It's proven to be a steady performer, and I happily commit more funds with the platform. As a reminder, the loyalty bonus has kicked in, and all my loans will return 14% now, instead of the 12%, which is the default. This should have a notable effect on Swaper's internal rate of return going forward. So the highest month of Swaper in August. Then Viventor income for August was 54 euros 34 cents, a decline of 5 euros 66 cents. Internal rate of return is up. It's way up actually. Also, Viventor shows the catch-up I was expecting to see. The lower returns are mainly caused by me reducing my portfolio with Viventor in June. I withdrew 1,300 euros. The dispute between Viventor and Forti has been settled, and I have started receiving payments again, including interest over the delay period. The main reason for the dispute has been technical issues, outstanding balances and reconciliations. Working in the finance fields, I can relate. However, this should never escalate to the point where it affects investors. So that's a bit concerning. I'm keeping a closer eye on Viventor over the next months, but feel comfortable enough with the platform to keep investing. The Forti affair has been settled, and we're back on track without any actual losses for investors. There have been investors who sold Forti loans with quite significant discounts in the secondary market, and those might feel that they incurred a loss, but it is no actual funds that will not be repaid from Forti to Viventor, fortunately. Then Viventor income, the decline is caused by less deposits basically with the platform. Then RoboCash income was 18 euros 85 cents, a decline of almost 2 euros. Returns are approximately as expected, so it's another fairly steady month. Income is lower because I invested in loans with a term of up to 90 days, and the entire interest is paid out at the end of the loan period. So there will be like a big spike at some point, maybe October or November. I'm pleased with RoboCash. It's simple, it's hands-off, nothing to worry about. The one downside is the fixed interest rate of 12%. You could argue that there are better opportunities out there, and that's why I haven't really added any funds since starting in March. Then Crowdester income for August was 95 euros 3 cents, a bit of a decline, 33 euros 58 cents. Income has declined primarily because several of the new projects have a different payment structure, so no longer the monthly cash flow that I prefer, but delayed returns for like 6 months, followed by monthly interest payments. I have provided an example below that clarifies the payment schedule. Also, as part of that, like the first month does pay out interest. So this is like the schedule of a investment in July. So you receive interest income in July, then nothing until January, and then every month since the exit, which is only a couple months. So that makes the income chart go a bit up and down like this. I invested another 500 euros in August and into a apartment renovation project as displayed over here. So it's 16.5% for 12 months. I primarily focus on high-end projects. Lately, several projects have returns of up to 15%, like 13, 14, 15. But I do not find those appealing to invest in. If you are looking to start investing with Crowdlending, please consider using my link to sign up. It gives you a 0.5% cashback for 180 days. Most referral bonuses, you don't get a cashback for Crowdlending. So this is very exciting that I get to offer this to you guys. Then Quetzal income for August was 275 euros, another increase of 30 euros 25 cents. I managed to grab another like 1% instant cashback by investing 1,000 euros into attractive recently launched projects. Sadly, the cashback marathon is now over, but there are still a few attractive projects open for investment. It appears Quetzal is successful in attracting more investors, which is a positive development. And then there is a bonus if you sign up through a link of mine, 0.5% cashback, and 15 euro sign up bonus if you use the promo code investment journey. So these are typically the projects that this range of returns which you would be expecting to get at Quetzal, like 18.5%, 20.5, 18. I've invested in the Aalborg Petrol project and in another one of the row house projects which yielded 19% instead of 18.5. And my income chart. Then TFG Crowd income was 45 euros 89 cents, increase of 20.67. Still so far so good with TFG Crowd. Interest received is exactly as expected, and 2 new projects have launched in August with 17% and 19% returns. It will be interesting to follow if TFG Crowd can attract more investors as well. Just today, the platform announced all investments will start generating interest from the moment of investing, as opposed to when the project has been fully funded. This is a big step in the right direction. Nevertheless, the new projects will take a while to fill up with a target of 200,000 and 313,500 euros respectively. I do like the diversity in projects they launched, as it ranges from food to a co-working space or real estate. All new projects come with a buyback guarantee on the principal amount and on 1 month of interest. guarantee kicks in after 30 days of late payment and is provided by the provision fund. So these are a couple of their active, so this one's active co-working space, then one's upcoming real estate, and this one's just closed for 90%. Then Monetera income for August is €7.90. I'm pleased to see Monetera switched from bullet payments to monthly interest payments in August. The platform is still in its very early stages, and it will be interesting to follow how they will develop over time. You can check out my Q&A with Monetera to learn more. Some of the loans have a pretty short duration, so it will not take long before we have the first exits. I'm planning to conservatively increase my stake with Monetera. If you are considering opening an account with Monetera, you can sign up through my link and you get 0.5% cashback. So these are the projects currently active or funded, and by now 3 of them have been completely funded, 3 of them are active. So you can see like interest rates of like 18-ish% up to 21%. And then Wise Fund, the latest addition to my portfolio. It's a startup company based out of Estonia, founded earlier this year. Currently the platform has 500 investors and has raised €365,296. Interest rates range from 17.3% to 19.7%. Income, even though I just started investing with Wise Fund, I already received income for August was €9.14. So far Wise Fund has launched 6 projects, of which 3 have already been fully funded. I've invested in 4 out of 6. Like with Monetera, I plan to conservatively increase my stake with Wise Fund over time. You can find more details in the screenshot below. And again, you can receive 0.5% cashback for 270 days if you sign up for a Wise Fund. Then my savings rate for August, close to 50%, a little bit lower than expected, mainly due to a one-off medical bill. That was a bit unfortunate. That combined with holiday expenses means it's a drop in my savings rate. My target for the year is 75%, and now this becomes increasingly harder to achieve. Currently my year-to-date savings rate is 64%, so 11% off. Nevertheless, 64% is not bad, but I would like to push it higher, see more, and then there's a specific page on my blog dedicated to the savings rate and the graph. So you can see that I'm always earning more than I spend at the very least, and try to invest the difference. So August has been a excellent month, really. Income spiked, but due to holidays and a one-off expense, my savings rate dropped. Attractive opportunities were launched by Investio, Crowdlending, TFG Crowd, Monetera, and my latest addition, Wise Fund. So to summarize the month, another all-time high for monthly income, and this one will definitely stay for a couple months. I used the secondary market, I need to add that in, at Crowd Estate to sell lower yielding projects to invest elsewhere. Wise Fund has been added to my portfolio. I'm steady above 60% towards the first target of €1,500, so steady above €900. I missed the savings rate again, unfortunately, so that gets a bit repetitive, doesn't it? I think I've written that in the last 3 or 4 months now. My strategy isn't changed and remains to focus primarily on projects with 16% returns and diversify appropriately. So stay tuned for the September update. Will I reach the 1K mark again, or does it drop below? and where will I put my money? You'll find out in in October for the September update. I hope you enjoyed it. You can always feel free to leave a comment about the article, or questions about why I do the things that I do. So thanks a lot, and speak to you 1 month from now. Bye bye.